Hi everyone, I'm on with Marc Sherman today. Go to organicconceptions.com. He's going to be joining us and he's going to talk to us about that. I kind of wish he would have called it Orgasmic Conceptions because I feel like so many more people would know his website, but that's not what his website is about. It's about the most important thing that I think you guys should all know as you're starting your journey, whether it's trying naturally, going through an IVF cycle, or IUI, and that is how to take care of your mental health throughout this journey. I've come up with the Tushy method and the balls method and embryodiamonds.com and all these mnemonics like egg whisper diet. But at the end of the day, the fertility team is one of my most important websites that I want everyone to know about. And I feel now it should be routed to organic conception. So Marc Sherman is going to come on with us today and he's going to talk to us about it. And I'm so excited for him to join to us about his fertility journey with his wife and what they learned. And he left a 20-year corporate America job. Hello, Marc. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So talk to us about organic conceptions and what it's all about and how you and Erin decided to take this huge risk and just basically dedicate your life to this platform that you guys have created.
Well, thank you. I think every single person that's engaged with you and following is trying to build their families. And there's a great amount of worry and anticipation and sadness and jealousy and grief and all the emotions that are very normal to go through. And I think people are tired of being told just to relax and chill out and it'll all work out. So for my wife and I, we had two instances of a surprise, unexpected conception. I know you know the story of the couple that tries for years and decides to pursue adoption or some other path, and they have the surprise miracle baby. We felt compelled after it happened the second time to say, listen, these stories at face value are useless, but perhaps if we research them, are there insights, patterns, and commonalities that can emerge to help people put their minds in the best position possible? We prepare our bodies physically, but when it comes to mental health, we think of that as a sign of weakness or something we do after years of struggling or a setback. And it was through this research that we uncovered these 9 psychological stages or transitions that can help the mind be in the best place possible for the best outcome out there while living a healthy life now.
Yeah, and you guys focus on mental health, but also nutrition. And I feel like that's also one of the most common questions that I get is, what should I eat? Like right after I do an embryo transfer, they say, I have a question. I'm like, I know what you're going to ask me. You're going to ask me, what should I eat? And now I want to be like, go to organic conceptions. No, I'm kidding. But I always tell people to, use their common sense and eat the foods that they're used to eating. And I wish it was as simple as, getting a pineapple and eating the core. If it was, I would have a pineapple stand right outside the clinic and have someone chopping up the pineapple for them.
I love it.
Well,
you're not a normal human being if you're not constantly under great worry, great anxiety, great anticipation, great constant thoughts and rumination. That's why people are a bit tired of being told just to chill out, relax, and meditate. It's all good, but what we got to do is get to the root of our experience and give people the tools to really change the way in which they're interpreting their journey, the meaning they give it, and the life they create around it. Because for a lot of people, it consumes them. You give up living because you're living to try. And for all the people in our research, our bodies are very possible, but they know when it's a safe time for our body to perform at its best. But if every month that goes by, you feel like you're running out of time and you're in this race and all you're doing is comparing yourself to friends and other people and their journeys, that worry and anticipation lives within our body. So we have to get to the root of our thoughts and give people the tools to change that interpretation.
I feel like I need a t-shirt or hat or something that says, don't give up living. And and stop living to try.
Oh,
truly. I mean, you just said that. And I was like, holy shit, that's like extremely powerful stuff. Because so many of my patients, that's exactly what they've done. And it breaks my heart. And I know you and your wife had the same experience where you were sharing with me a little bit ago about how you put your life on pause for so long. And then what happened that made you guys decide that what you learned is something that you should share with the world? Like, tell us more.
Oh yeah, your life's on hold. How could it not be? Every single month you're going from hopeful, maybe this is the month, to crashing despair, and your analytical mind is trying to solve it and fix it. And we all know our numbers and our charts and our lab results, and we're just on this complete obsession. And what's being dismissed the whole time is the quality of your life, who you are now, the relationships you have in your life, your connection with life. And I think you either feel like you're trying or you're living, and you can't do both. Those don't coexist. And the reality, through literally hundreds of people that we studied, people that had PCOS, advanced age, endometriosis, all these self-defining titles that limit what's possible, is that there was a change in the way in which they lived their lives, where they gave up on the shame and the disappointment. They started change the way in which they thought they can control this. And when you start to allow this process to be and trust that our families come in unique ways, it's incredible what can happen. And we can't suggest an outcome, Amy. We all can't. We don't know. The tech and science have only gone so far. All we can do is help people really live healthy lives now. And who knows, maybe that's part of the answer.
Right. And how do people get started with organic conceptions? How does it integrate with the fertility treatment they're going through?
Oh gosh, our biggest complaint we get is people that were given our program after a failed attempt. I literally had this husband that said, I just can't imagine if the results would have been any different because the program has just changed who we are, and that worry and anticipation and trying to be the perfect patient. He said, the program's taught us everything's a step forward, everything's a learning, everything's growth, everything's moving us forward. And there was a level of ownership and connection and trust that they now have. So it's simple. The whole program, it's a 9-step program that we take people through. It's all digital. It's self-paced. They move through, they log in, they can do it, download it on the app, and they're moving through this course. And it's so critical that as we put our bodies in the best position for a great outcome, that we're emotionally not suppressing, not hold on, I'll get to that later. That's just girls' night out. That's just self-care. No, we give ourselves the tools to make sense of what we're going through. That immediately can change the quality of our life and certainly enhance our reproductive health.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. I mean, like I was saying earlier before you came on, fertility team is just that mnemonic, therapy, exercise, eating, acupuncture, mindfulness, meditation, and creating your own mind body center for yourself is so important. It's just wonderful that you guys created this amazing platform for others. So thank you for doing that. It's really incredible. I think that what you guys are doing is going to help, clearly millions of people. And you're kind of, you're not normal, Mark. I mean, I know I'm not normal, but most guys, I mean, you left a corporate job, like that is like huge to do this. But you're a guy, like talking about this stuff. And I think that's really important as well. Like, ladies, all of you guys that are out there listening to Mark, have your husbands listen to Mark right now and be like, listen to Mark, because look at how he's talking about how important it is for you to like do the dishes and listen to me and take care of me so that right, Mark? Come on, give our guys some lessons here.
Well, first of all, too, you don't feel like much of a couple. So I feel like I am standing up. First of all, women don't need more to-do items when it comes to fertility. Most of the time, they have a lot of the weight, a lot of the treatments falling on them. This is designed for a couple. And I had one husband say, I didn't want to go through this because every week my wife had something new. And I did too. From the underwear I could wear, I can't drink a beer after sex. We're standing up, jumping up and down. And life is crazy. This thing owns you. It changes every part of you. We have to laugh a little. And he literally said, he literally had the aha moment. He looked at his wife and said, you are experiencing this completely different than I am. And that validation where she just felt like she was crazy and she's on hormones and she has a greater level of worry and anxiety. When a couple can actually connect and unite in a deeper level, in a deeper sense, it's incredible, the power of our overall health and the dynamics across the couple. So yeah, I know it feels like a to-do item and we're all marching forward and we're just trying to go, go, go. But at the end of the day, there's so much more that we can learn and gain through our struggles. Really, in many ways, they're our preparation. I know it's hard to see in this moment, but we got to get people at their best selves in where possible. If you are in a relationship with as a couple, then it's important that we use the program as a source of healing and connection. And that too, our bodies know when we're in a good, safe place. When women don't feel validated and they feel like they're all alone and they have a tremendous level of urgency because this is why they're on the planet, and a husband or a partner might be like, it's okay, everything will work out. That disconnect is where a lot of women are reaching out for external sources of support and validation. And when that can happen at home, it's a very powerful thing.
Yeah, and so it's,
and yes, men need to get involved too.
Yes, absolutely. So it's individual support, couple support, group support, nutrition support, the course, it's all there.
It's all digital, it's all self-paced, it's all online. If someone wants to join one of our live calls, they can, but it's a self-paced platform. We have people a lot of people tell us they felt embarrassed to need therapy and just didn't want to add another appointment to the mix. So this is enabling people to be, walking. We have a couple in Australia that was driving in the car, having coffee, listening to the 9-step program, going through it together. I tell people, let this be the mental break from trying. Don't stop trying. But when you can learn from hundreds of people that suffered on average for 3.5 years, and then something had shifted where they achieved success, whether you're in treatment, considering treatment, looking for an alternative approach, I just think that we got to bring our minds in, and that is not a sign of weakness. That is taking a proactive step to be as healthy as possible physically and emotionally.
I totally agree. I could not agree more. So do you have any future projects in your in that you guys are planning?
I think that we continue to grow by our members. We have an incredible 9-step program for our members. We teach master classes on a lot of topics, limiting beliefs, overcoming miscarriages, things like that. But where we need to do more is we'll be launching a men's corner. We got to get men engaged in the conversation. Men communicate differently, and I did too. I'm the person that was like,
I
everything's
had
going to
a
be
feeling
fine.
you had something in the works, Mark. I
Yeah,
just had a feeling.
yeah.
I
And then
love
we're
it.
doing some research on friends and family, because as much as they're trying to be well-meaning and caring, we don't need the judgment. We don't need more to-do items. We've tried it all, and we got to make sure that people are educated. So our support system is so critical. Social isolation is so common because people just don't get it, and they say things that aren't right. And I think that there's a lot more for us to do to make sure if we're going to have a healthy, human being here and a healthy couple, then we got to bring men in. We got to talk about friends and family and educating them to the point where you feel safe
I
in their
think I've
company.
already titled your website. It's going to
Okay,
be mancaveconceptions.com.
man,
So it's the man cave, because all guys are like, ooh, that sounds fun. The
I
man
like
cave,
that.
like, I love it. Like, what's
Yeah,
going to be there? You got a couch, you got video games, you got a foosball table, maybe some air hockey, and you guys can talk about fertility and what your partners are going through. But I think that's an incredible thing that you guys are
a
doing.
lot of men tell us like, wow, I feel like I got my wife back. I got our life back. Like we can still move forward and live a healthy life now
Yeah.
while we're still pursuing our family. And that's incredible.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you again for giving us that quote.
Thanks for bringing up this topic. And a lot
Don't
of people
stop living. Stop living to try.
yeah.
Love it.
Give
Okay.
up.
Well, thank you again, Mark. Thank you for your time on this Saturday. Really appreciate all that you and Erin do.
Anytime, Amy. Thank you.
And I
And to
hope to meet you guys one day soon. Okay. So everyone, you guys go to organicconceptions.com. It's
you
not
guys.
orgasmic, but it sounds like it should be. I just love saying that. It just sounds really good. Okay. Thanks, Mark. Have a good one.
Awesome. You
See you
too.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.